Hey yo YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Dom and I'm back with another video. Today's video, we're gonna get into another red table talk. This time we got Bobby Brown, which we all know as the ex-husband of the greatest singer of all time in my opinion. It's Whitney Houston, rest in peace. Um, but yeah, this is his son just recently died, so Bobby really been going through a lot. He lost his ex-wife, then he lost his daughter, now he lost his son, so man, tragedy been following this man. Of course, we're gonna keep Bobby in our prayers. We're gonna listen to what he's talking about. But yeah, man. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons, bro. Original link to the video gonna be in the description, and here we go.
I'm with an urgent warning for everyone.
It's my duty to remind people that it could kill you.
I know that you've just lost a son. Did you know that he was struggling?
I feel guilty about that.
When you look in that mirror, what would you say to Whitney now?
Ooh.
Were there no warning signs with Bobby Kristina?
That's
Thank
really
God
what I
that-
want to know, because she died in like a similar way to her mother, and it's crazy to me. It's super sad. Like, I cried when Whitney died. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When Whitney died, that hit me hard, bro. That was my favorite singer. But man, and then her daughter died not too long after she did. It's just been crazy.
I had someone like my wife to wait for me.
This is gonna be a deep one today.
Yeah. I just wanted to take the time to talk to our Red Table Talk family. We are bringing out Bobby Brown, who's been a part of many of our lives for a very, very long time. And we've
facts.
actually witnessed a lot of the traumas that he's had to confront. I want to approach his journey with compassion and with love. This table is about healing, so anyone who feels like you're in a position that you can judge, this might not be the conversation for you today. Grammy winner Bobby Brown started R&B group New Edition when he was just 12.
Before we get into it, we're not gonna act like Bobby Brown wasn't the shit though. Okay? Like, Bobby is the shit. Like, for real. Like, you look at his discography, man, you see the shit he done did, the doors that him and New Edition opened, bro. He's a legend, bro. I don't care what nobody say. No matter what, all the stuff he done been through, no matter what he did, no matter what he said, man's a legend.
Bad boy of the genre. He's been labeled the villain for the last 30 years,
Yep.
and many blamed him for the downfall of his ex-wife, beloved icon, Whitney Houston. But there's so much more to the story.
That's why I was like, a lot of people did blame Bobby. Everybody blamed him for her being on drugs or whatever, but you can't judge nobody. You don't know what happened. You don't know the whole story. It's unfortunate that both of them was on drugs, in my opinion. But, like, you can't judge nobody. You can't blame that man for what happened. You really can't. We don't know. We don't know, bro.
His life has been plagued by trauma and unspeakable tragedy. The loss of his daughter, Bobby Kristina, and death of his son, Bobby Jr., just 5 months ago.
The cause of death for Bobby Brown Jr., the combined effects of alcohol, cocaine, and fentanyl.
He looked just like his dad, man.
Damn. Yeah.
Damn is right.
Hello, gorgeous.
It's
You
been
look
a
good.
long
I
time.
know. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you
good to see you, sister.
doing? You smell
You
so
look
good.
sad.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes.
Hi, beautiful.
Yes.
Finally, the red table.
The red table.
Wow.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Bobby, thanks for coming.
Oh,
The reason why we wanted to bring you to the table today is to talk about generational trauma. I believe that you have a testimony for people that can be so healing. Because, Bobby, you've been through so much.
yes.
When we can look at certain cycles that are happening within our own lives.
Yeah, and you can learn from other people's journey.
I know that you've just lost a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Jr.
Losing him was very, very unexpected, just like losing my daughter.
Yeah.
We were just in the studio 2 nights before. It was something that hit me really, really hard.
Yeah.
He was a musician, played piano, played drums. He was a
Looked
great
just like
writer. He was a teacher and learner.
Right.
He learned from everybody that he was around, and he taught just as much as he learned. He was someone that I admired him as a young man and how he grew up. He just wanted to be a part of something that was going to be special. His smile, when he smiled, he just brightened up a room.
Did you know that he was struggling in regards to drugs?
I did not know that, and let me make it clear. He wasn't a user. He would
Okay.
experiment with different things.
Got it.
It wasn't like he was dependent on drugs. Like when I was
Yeah.
in my situation, I depended. I needed
Yeah.
it. He was a young man that tried the wrong stuff, and it took him out of here.
On the morning of November
See, it's crazy. People always just go, the first thought when somebody died from like a mix of drugs in their system. It may not be just that one thing that, killed them. Or it may not be somebody who's have an addiction. Like literally, it could not be an addiction. It's just something like you was at a party, somebody asked you to try, you tried it, and you ended up you're not here no more. It can happen like that. It's just crazy. Like, it's sad, man.
November 18th, Bobby Jr.'s girlfriend found him unresponsive on his bedroom floor and called 911. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Bobby Brown has a critical warning. Black market drugs are being secretly laced with fentanyl and killing at an alarming rate. Accidental overdoses are happening by the thousands. Just 3 milligrams can be fatal. A hospital-grade painkiller used after surgery, under doctor's orders only. Fentanyl has become a favorite of street dealers because it's cheap to make and highly addictive. Most have no idea they are taking an opioid that can kill within 20 minutes. Fentanyl can be 50 times more potent than heroin and has been named the deadliest drug in America.
Wow.
And these kids today, they're trying different things. They're trying to get as high as they can possibly get.
Yeah.
That's a real problem because they don't know what these drugs are being mixed with these days.
Right. Street drugs is a game.
Yeah.
You know.
And there's
You
been
know?
so many deaths specifically with fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's just skyrocketed.
My generation is kind of spiraling.
There's murderers out there right
Yep,
now
100%.
that are creating these synthetic drugs that are killing these kids.
Yeah.
It's like they're committing murder.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
That's homicide.
You guys don't have any idea who the people were yet.
The investigation is still going on. I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed
Yeah.
that find the people and get these drugs off the street.
Yeah.
But my babies are gone.
Damn. He said my babies are gone. Bruh, if that don't hit your heart, man, you cold, bruh. That's, ooh. He said my babies are gone. Man. Bruh, I'm trying not to cry because that shit's so fucked up. You gonna lace do pills with fentanyl, and that's, yo, you a special kind of trifling for that.
I've been through my time, and I know that
It's fucked up, bro.
my time played a part in my son feeling he could test something,
Right.
you know, and I feel guilty about that.
When you think about just
Man. Damn, I know that guilt hit hard, bruh. I know that guilt hit hard. That guilt hit hard. To believe that you're responsible for your son thinking that he could do that because his dad, you know what I'm saying, did what he did. That's gotta be hard. I know this man gotta have a good therapist, bro, cause damn.
Having a child, I don't even know when I came to this realization and understanding. I'm sure that it was sometime after I got clean. Every single thing that you do, every decision that you make is going to affect that human life.
Yeah.
And I absolutely did not consider that at
Right.
17 years old.
Definitely.
Bobby Kristina and Bobby
Jamie
Jr.,
is
they were
still
close
beautiful.
in age.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
a year apart.
Were they close?
Yes, very.
In 2015, Bobby Kristina, the daughter Bobby and Whitney lovingly named after her father, was found face down in a bathtub with drugs in her system. Tragic circumstances that eerily mirrored her mother's death 3 years earlier. Bobby Kristina never regained consciousness and passed 6 months later. She was only 22. When you think about Bobby Kristina and you think about her journey in regards to what she might have
Internalized.
experienced or internalized in the context of a generational trauma, her drug addiction and losing her life.
Yeah, because her life mirrored yours and Whitney's.
She saw firsthand things that were wrong, and Bobby Kristina was a super intelligent, bright, not wanting to be like her mom or myself.
I just think about the generational healing process. There's so much personal healing that needs to happen, breaking those cycles and moving into healthier cycles.
Right.
Absolutely. It confused things, and she unfortunately was stuck in a relationship, an abusive relationship with a man that, with a boy, I should say, that basically controlled her to the point where her life was taken.
When Bobby Kristina was 8 years old, her mother took in a friend's son, a 12-year-old boy named Nick Gordon. Bobby Kristina and Nick grew up together. After Whitney's death, they started dating and moved into a suburban Atlanta townhouse with 2 other roommates. The couple was eventually engaged. It was a toxic relationship. Nick had multiple run-ins with the law. And on the night Bobby Kristina was found face down in the bathtub, one of the roommates testified she witnessed Nick kicking Bobby Kristina, at one point knocking out her tooth. In 2016, a judge ruled Nick was legally responsible for Bobby Kristina's death. Less than 4 years later,
Nick Gordon, the former boyfriend of Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Kristina Brown, is dead.
Nick died of a heroin overdose. So you believe that there was foul play in Bobby Kristina's
Definitely.
death? Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Like
All
that
right.
maybe he drugged her.
Definitely.
Wow. Okay.
He was the only one.
What? Now we can't even know the truth because man. I'm trying not to be mad, bro. Cause Bull dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but we already know where you at, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you saw Lil Nas X slide down on a pole. Let me shut up.
There with both situations, with my ex-wife and with my daughter, and they both died the same way.
Oh,
So
wow.
you
okay.
think that he killed Whitney as well?
I believe so.
I don't even. And he looked dead ass serious, bruh. Bobby looked dead ass serious. Look at his face. He said, I believe so.
Got it. Got it.
Wow.
Got it.
Do you think that he provided Bobby Kristina and Whitney with the drugs? How do you think that he's culpable?
Okay,
Yeah.
please explain it.
I think,
Okay.
this is my opinion of who I think this young man was, being around my daughter and being around my ex-wife. I think he was more so a provider of, you know, party
Materials.
favors.
Yeah. Did you ever have a chance to confront that young man or
No.
no? Okay.
No, I didn't. In fact, before his death, I was in rehab at the time when he passed. I had planned on, once I left rehab, to approach the young man just to find out how my daughter was in the last days. But I know I never got a chance to, you know, find out from him or talk to him.
Were there no warning signs that there was some domestic violence that was happening with Bobby Kristina?
Not for me. I wasn't told about it. Other people might have saw it that were around her, but I didn't see it, and she didn't tell me anything.
How did you find out?
I found out after her passing. That was the hard part. I don't know why I didn't see it, but we hadn't been spending as much time together after her mother's death as we should have spent.
As a father, and giving me your point of view around Bobby Kristina's death, how do you grapple with that?
Lots of prayer, lots of prayer. There's thoughts that go through your head, but the 3-4 months before her passing, we had become closer and closer. I know she had plane ticket and everything ready to come stay with me. It was just matter of 2 days before she would have been on the flight. 2 days before this all happened. If I could just get those 2 days back, you know, she'd still be here, because I would have found out what was going on to do something about it.
Right.
It was rough, and it still is rough. I think about it every day. I'm filled with, how do I say it? Like it's pushed down. I'm keeping it away from me
Right.
as much as possible, because I couldn't do nothing then, and I can't do nothing
anything
now.
now.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense to hold on. We really beat ourselves up as like self-punishment. It's one of the biggest parts of the healing process, is that we do the best that we can.
Right. And recognizing your powerlessness.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sit and question, but
In my own
Bro, you would drive yourself crazy. You would drive yourself insane thinking of the what ifs, bro. Do not do that. You would drive yourself insane.
own journey and my own therapy sessions, and even going through the steps, you know, trying to figure out the why of everything.
That's the hard part.
It's really hard, and sometimes I just couldn't always get to the answer. Like, I can't always get to the answer, and I realized that at the end of the day, it's really not that important. It is what it is. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Starting Bobby Kristina
thanks.
Serenity House for us was essential to the process, because domestic violence, it's like a hush-hush thing. People need to start speaking up. If they see someone in a situation like that, help them. All it takes is one phone call, find the counseling that they need.
Right.
And we try to help as much as possible.
You and Whitney had an abusive, volatile relationship.
The violence that we occurred was using. You know, that's violence in itself. You know,
Absolutely.
that's abuse. We abused drugs
Right.
and alcohol. We fought hard verbally, and we loved even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the
Substance
volatility
abuse.
that we witnessed on particularly on the show that you guys had.
Yeah. And the idea that if you're dealing with addiction,
Right. It's
there's
going to be messy.
There's going to be some messy parts.
Right, that's it. Yeah.
Verbally, it gets
Facts.
really,
Really
really messy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our love was strong for each other. We showed it to each other time and time again, over and over. We just got caught up, and that had nothing to do with how we felt about each other.
Right.
The love was always there.
I
We
believe
tried
that.
so hard. We struggled really hard as
To be honest with you, I believe, this is my honest, humble opinion, I believe that if drugs were never a factor with Bobby and Whitney, they both be together, they have a bunch more kids, Whitney would still be on top of the charts just like Mariah is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I already know Whitney would have been a beast. She already was a beast. I just think it would have got even better. She would have blew the roof off a whole bunch of singers, man. Oh my God. Like, if drugs weren't a factor in their relationship, bro, I don't know how dope that would have been. Shit.
couple to get clean for ourselves. I got
Right.
clean a long time before she did. We were already divorced. She was a strong woman.
Yeah.
She was fighting really hard to save her own life. I had strength enough for myself at that time. Being an addict, I had to save myself. In order to be able to save someone else, I had to save myself first.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we grew apart while I was trying to find myself.
In regards to the stories that we hear, one of the biggest is that you were the person that
Oh, yeah.
introduced narcotics to her.
Right.
All those years, everybody thought it was you. After years of intense speculation that Bobby brought drugs into Whitney's life, in 2013, her brother Michael confessed.
So here's the big question. Did you introduce her to drugs?
Yeah.
For so many years, people thought Bobby Brown was the one who introduced her to drugs, but she was already doing drugs by the time she met Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
In his book, Bobby revealed that the first time he saw Whitney ingest cocaine was on their wedding day.
I don't look at pointing the finger, you know, we did it together.
Yeah.
You know, and
right.
it's not that I started her or she started me. Drugs is,
You know what? But I'm glad they cleared it up though. I didn't never seen that interview, but I know like people painted Bobby as the bad boy, like he got her on drugs, but she was already on them when they got together. You know what I mean? Like, so crazy.
drugs is a bad thing.
Right.
And you get caught up in it. Once you're
Yeah.
caught up in it, you know, there's no stopping. There's no,
Yeah.
because
And
both of
usually
you,
you're attracted to
Yeah.
that energy.
Yeah.
and that energy, it starts to take over the relationship.
Yeah.
It starts to take over who you are as people.
Yeah.
And that's what happened between us.
When you look in that mirror that reflects back, what do you think that Bobby would say to Whitney now?
Ooh. She's definitely missed in my heart and, you know, in my spirit. She was my friend. She was the mother of my child. One of the greatest entertainers that I've ever met, greatest singers, one of the greatest voices the world has
Period.
ever bared witness to.
Period.
For sure. I just wanted to soak that in.
I know for what it all meant, God has a plan that, you know, I can't question. It was already written in the book. So
Yeah.
How long have you been clean?
I've been clean 19 years from
Wow.
narcotics.
Okay.
I'm going on a year from alcohol.
Good for you.
I caught myself in time. I look at it as, you know, I can't get no worse than I was.
Right.
Because I know my bottom.
I want to know exactly what was your rock bottom. What finally got you off of drugs?
This would be interesting.
Prison, going to jail is what got me.
That's a lot of sobering people's moments, because you ain't got no freedom. That's one thing I value most about my life. It's my freedom. I don't want to be locked up for shit. Fuck that, bruh. That shit is for the birds.
Totally clean off of narcotics. That was something that I've never thought I would spend a day in jail. I went to jail for a DUI,
How much time did you
60 days.
do? Yeah. Whoa.
She looked at the
enough
camera
time.
like, shit, 60 days, yeah, that'll do it. 2 months, bro. That's all you need. Motherfucker, all I needed was a night. I not even was, because I never been in jail. But, like, all I would need is one night, bruh. And then, fuck that shit.
That's 60 days sounds like an eternity.
It is, I
Yeah,
bet.
it felt like an eternity. Without narcotics, the first 20 days, it was hell.
And you had to
and
do
then I
that
started
while you were
reading.
locked up. So you
Yeah.
had to...
It was cold turkey. And when I got out, it was just like, damn. I was glad that I was thankful that they put me in jail. I was seeing everything for the first time again. Everything looked beautiful.
What made you decide to get totally clean from all mind and mood altering chemicals? Because you said you stopped drinking
Because
alcohol
I felt
as
that
well.
with alcohol, I started losing bodily function. My body started shutting down. Because I was drinking that much. My body just was giving out on me. Even
So
with
what it sounds to me is like you traded one thing for the other. That's what it sounds like to me.
alcohol, I got to a point where I needed it. I wasn't getting drunk anymore. I wasn't getting a little tipsy anymore. I needed it to wake up. I needed it to stop the shakes, to function on a daily basis.
Right,
For me, it wasn't recreational. No
It was
more.
a must.
Yeah, it had to do it.
Right.
And then my wife was telling me, you need to go do something. My kids was looking at me strange when they see their father losing, you know, bodily function in front of them, and I'm a grown man. And, you know, that was something I couldn't accept for myself. I couldn't accept going to the bathroom with myself.
Right.
I couldn't accept that. And I said to myself, no, I have to stop this.
All of it.
So got to get better.
You're talking about being clean. What was your process? Because, you know, the recovery process is so much more than just not using. In my recovery process, now I'm 30 years in. I have 30 years clean.
That's beautiful.
I believe in the 12-step program.
12-step program is what I believe in also.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
I go day by day. I stick to it because that's the only way I'm going to live. That's the only way I'm going to maintain my sobriety.
I don't
and
know
that's
all the
important
12
to me.
steps,
That's
I'm
more
gonna be
important
honest.
to me than anything else.
What coping mechanisms do you use now to deal with your grieving process? For me, I don't care what the emotion was. I celebrated with getting high.
Right.
Right? Whether I was happy, sad.
I go to sleep now. I don't pass out. You know, I wake up in the morning and hit my knees. I don't roll out of bed. So my whole being, my whole feeling about life has changed. You know, seeing my 4-year-old, my 5-year-old wake up in the morning and
I think that there might be. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but that might be the first from Willow. Maybe the second one. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's the first one. 20 minutes in, she did a good job this time.
immediately come to wake me up that lets me know that someone small depends on me.
When you think about the little ones and you think about your father journey with Bobby Kristina and with Bobby Jr., what are you changing?
My lifestyle,
Right.
my way,
Bingo.
my ways of living. I can only teach by example. And that was the one thing that I saw growing up in my household. I saw drug use, I saw robbery, death, and killings
cycle,
and things
bro.
like that. I thought it was cool to be.
You gotta change the cycle, bro. It's gotta be you. Don't depend on nobody else to do it. You be the change, bro.
Smoke a joint and drink a pint of Hennessy and feel good at that time because that's what I saw. That's all that I saw. But realizing it was a generational disease that my father had. My father was an alcoholic. My mom was an alcoholic. It was just passed down. And I realized that with my younger children that if I don't break this cycle, who is? I have to give them the reason to live clean.
Yeah.
If I'm not right, nothing else is going to go right.
Got it.
You can't heal anybody else if you can't heal yourself.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And break those generational cycles.
Right.
Yep. Cut them ties now.
I think I said this to you one time that I was like, You know, y'all tell me to do a lot of stuff, but I'm sitting here doing what you do, not what you tell me to do.
Your kids do what you do, not what you say.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is your relationship like
facts.
now with your other adult children?
That's my life. Those are my
Yeah.
life. Landon and LaPrincia, they are my rocks. They talk me down off the ledge.
Right.
I'm very proud of my older.
I believe he mean that literally too. When he say that they talked him off the ledge, I believe he mean that literally. 'Cause that's a lot of trauma to deal with in one person's life. Like, think about that. Like, stardom, he was a star. That comes with its own set of issues. Then you had a public relationship with another superstar. You know what I'm saying? Public drug use. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you get clean or whatever, some time go by. But then, you know, your ex-wife dies. Then right after that, your daughter dies. Then, like, not too long after that, your son dies. Bruh. Bobby one strong motherfucker, man. That's a strong ass man. For real, for real.
Children, they're a lot smarter than I was at their age. Landon made me a grandfather, so
Oh, wow, you're a grandfather?
yes, twice over. So
You have a
I have
granddaughter?
two granddaughters. Yes, I have two granddaughters.
I didn't know you were a
I'm grandpa. I'm pop.
What do they call
I'm
you?
pop. I'm pop.
Pop.
I love that.
I got second, third, and fourth chances at life, and I'm still here. There's something that God wants me to do. I just ain't done it yet. I'm just waiting to do it.
Well, you know, this is, I mean, we've had a couple of interactions, but I haven't seen you in many, many, many years.
I know.
But I'd have to say, this is like, no pun intended, but this is the most sober, like you are, like the conversation itself. You know what I mean? Like,
There's definitely a lot of lessons.
tell me the greatest asset that your wife, Alicia, has been for you.
She was a friend before we became lovers. That's what I really love about our relationship.
You guys have been married for what, 10 years?
Be friends
Just
first,
about,
bro.
yeah.
Just about 10 years.
Yeah.
So she's seen it all.
She's seen a whole
She's seen
lot.
a whole bunch. She gives me the energy to want to live right, to live righteous.
That's what a good woman does.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I must commend good women for holding on to us knucklehead men and not giving up on us.
Right.
And I think she helped me see the good in me that I forgot about. All I thought about was everything that I had done in my past.
Yeah.
And
Negative.
you know, if I
It's
kept
swallowed
living
up
in
in that.
if I kept
Yeah.
living in the past about what I had done, you know, in my previous
wouldn't be able to
relationships,
move forward.
I couldn't see the sunshine from where I was standing.
That's
But
interesting.
now I'm able to deal with everything that I had in my past and look forward to the future, knowing that I have somebody standing strong, and no matter what, she's there.
Bobby and Alicia's relationship goes back decades. They met when she was a 17-year-old dancer and he was a 22-year-old star of New Edition. Friendship flourished, and Alicia even attended Bobby and Whitney's wedding. Over the years, they drifted apart. But in 2007, they reconnected, fell in love, and began building a beautiful family together.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Hi.
I ain't know Shorty was at the wedding though. It's a little scandalous to me.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
That's that ride or die love right there.
Well, that's that barely kissed. What y'all touching lips for? Fuck out of here. I don't care if we on camera. If you gon' that's my wife, you better kiss me. You know. The fuck?
Yeah. With you being by his side through the loss of
I mean,
Bobby
Betty.
Kristina, Bobby Jr., And even Whitney.
Mom, Dad, Whitney,
Yeah,
Bobby Kristina, Bobby
See?
Jr. Yes.
See?
That's a lot of
That's
loss.
a lot of
It-
loss.
It is.
What has been the thing that you have wanted to offer to him?
Unconditional love, but really a reality check. He had a lot of yes people.
Got it. You would go.
I'm not that one. You know, I'm very direct when something is out of place and definitely red flags. I just want to be transparent and honest with him.
Were you close to Bobby Jr.?
Yes, absolutely.
Got it.
He's such a dear, amazing human. And we're just at a loss. I think I'm still in shock. It's very new. It's terrible to say we've been here before because it never feels the same. It just feels like more, right? He was such a big part of our lives.
Got it.
Such a big brother, you know.
Wow.
Such a big person in our world. And
Got
he
it.
was a very kind individual, did not like any drama
Never.
or anyone to be upset, specifically his mom or his father. Just loving and kind, and his spirit was just calm and peaceful.
What about the kids? Losing their big brother and their
So
big sister.
hard.
It's been rough for my youngest son.
Cassius, yes.
Cassius that's all he talks about, his brother. My brother.
How old is he?
He's 11.
11.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And that was his video gaming partner,
Yeah.
his everything, you know?
His dance teacher, his vocal coach.
We just had a great conversation with Cassius recently because obviously with the news coming out of what was found in his system,
Bobby
it was
legs
high
shaking.
anxiety for me.
You see Bobby legs shaking, he trying to keep it together. He's trying to keep it together, bro. I feel you, bro.
Me, Bobby too. So we talked to our therapist. How do we explain this? I want him to hear it from us. And with the tools that they gave us, we sat down and we spoke honest, truthfully, what was found, how he did it. We first asked what he thought.
Right.
You know, terrifying for a kid to think that maybe my brother went to sleep and he didn't wake up. You know, you don't want them to sit with that, right?
Right.
Because that could happen to anyone.
Then he'd be scared
Scared to go to sleep.
Talking about what was found in his system and how it got in his system.
Right.
And his questions were just right on. Like, did someone put that in him? Did he put it in himself? Did he know that was what was going to happen?
Right.
And as soon as we just had the
Opened up to
conversation,
him.
he was like solid and relieved. And you could tell he had what he needed if he was addressed or if he had to read something, let's just say, right? He's not confused.
When you say the tools that you were given, what exactly were those tools that it was a therapist?
Oh yeah.
We have quite a few therapists. He has a therapist.
I said that shit, bro. They must. I knew it.
We all have therapists.
That's beautiful.
That's important.
I'm just so passionate about therapy.
Yes.
Well, with our therapist, those tools, being prepared to be transparent, it can't be too tough for them to digest and understand it.
Saying it in layman terms, speaking to him as a child, but speaking to him truthfully. And not try to goo gaga,
Right. Absolutely.
but speaking to him like a human being.
He is my baby, but he's an 11-year-old, and our tools are always to speak to Cassius as if he understands, because he does. And as well, listening is very important.
Right.
It's not just about
Okay, because by the time they 10, they know a lot more than you think they, you know. So talk to them real. Talk to them kids real. I'm telling you, they come out better. They come off better by if you talk to them real, bro. I'm telling you. That's the way I talk to my little brother and sister. They might not like it, but I don't give a damn.
what mom and dad are telling you, and we don't really want a response. What would you like to ask us? What are you concerned about? Do you understand everything we're speaking about? And he responded like what he wanted to
He
know.
asked his questions. It's like, okay.
he was like, okay, can we all have a group hug? And then we all just cried for a little bit. It was really important. You know, we try to hide crying and all that.
Oh,
Right.
Exactly.
Is Daddy crying again? Yeah, Daddy's crying
Daddy's
right
crying.
now. He's gonna feel better.
That's
Well,
such
let's
a
all go give Daddy a hug.
That is
Kids
beautiful.
need to see real life.
And as a young black male, allowing him to cry and allowing him to see
his
you
black
cry.
father
Oh, yeah.
cry as
That's
well
important.
and
He sees
feel.
He sees it.
Right. And I think that's one of the biggest healing processes
that's
for
dope.
children that have been, you know, in traumatic
know
situations, you know,
for
with their
sure.
parents.
The moments in which you and Dad were vulnerable with me were the moments where I was like, okay, like I felt the most at ease because I didn't feel like when a parent goes, everything's gonna be fine. It's like, everything. like, let's revisit that.
Bitch,
But when
I've
you were
seen that
vulnerable, I didn't
notice.
have any
You know what I
suspicion
mean?
because I was like, I mean,
It just
I'm
is.
Mom, you really think I don't know what final notice means? Everything is gonna be okay. Yeah, all right. Let's just talk about it tomorrow. Maybe you'll have a different answer for me tomorrow. All right.
certain. They're uncertain. We're in the same. I feel you.
And that we're in this together.
Exactly.
And we're going to figure it out together.
Exactly.
How have you been able?
Like, Mom, you taught me how to read. You remember that? Do you remember teaching me my ABCs? You did it. And you think, oh, I can't read no bill. Come on now.
To be in support of Bobby Jr.'s mom, Kim, as well.
I reach out. We have had a lot more conversations because it's a healing process and we have to do it together.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm always reminding her that we're together a unit and that she's not alone. And we, his family, are always an extension of her.
We grieve together.
What about your relationship with Bobby Kristina?
It was very difficult since she had lost her mother to get close to her. She was managing a lot in her life that we wish she didn't have to deal with. With her living in Georgia, us in Los Angeles, and the disconnect. And of course, with addiction and abuse, she's hiding. She's trying as much not to have us see that. And Bobby meant the world to her, so she, in her father's eyes, always wanted to seem like she was together. In the end, we did get to form a beautiful connection, and we were very much looking forward to having her around us, but that didn't happen. She was dealing with this grief that was taking over her life. She was not being herself in any facet, with her career and with her family and the relationship that she was in. And this person was controlling her a great deal, and she was lost without her mother. Naturally, there's this grieving time that you need, and you need to be surrounded by healing and help. Right? So tragic.
So it's probably a codependent
It was a
kind of,
and that's what I mean. Yes,
Got it.
for sure.
Understand that clearly.
Yes.
Bobby, what's that on your necklace?
Yeah, I've been looking at that. It's so pretty, but who is
Bobby
it?
Chris.
Oh, wow.
My wife
That's
gave
that
it
old
to me.
school. That's that old school. Back in the day at the mall, the little kiosk, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Habibi in there, you know what I'm saying? Take your little picture and you got it on a dog tag, bruh. But that one probably is a lot more expensive than the ones at the mall.
A while ago. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I wear it all day, every day.
I see why. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. When you look at it all, what do you think it takes to break the generational cycles that you guys are breaking together, which is beautiful because I honestly believe that's what partnership is about.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then making sure that our healing is being transmitted to our children.
Yeah, we're a work in progress. Before therapy, we both had our own way of communicating.
Yeah.
And we didn't often understand each other's language. And that issue just bled. and spread. That's when we were like, oh, no, we need some help here, right? We often need to learn how to listen, which was a big thing on my part. Listening.
Me too.
Okay.
At least she was honest and didn't make it seem she ain't making it seem. She ain't making it seem like it's all Bobby's fault. That's what she was like. That was on my part. I wasn't listening. It's my bad. I had to shut up a couple times, you know. Sometimes I got to sit back. My bad.
I've had to get my little elephant ears growing so I can hear. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And I had to work on how to communicate what I was feeling to her and to anybody else that was around me. I would hold in my feelings on how I would deal with the pressures of losing a child. Not wanting to speak, holding it in, made me go in the corner and hide and drink. Thank God that I had someone like my wife to sit and wait for me, to get that knowledge and gain that power to express myself.
I believed in him, I still believe in him, and it's not easy. It's not easy waiting, but you do have to trust the journey.
Yes.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I trust in that.
Yeah. We are wishing you continued healing and just wishing the best for the both of you, your families, and all that you love.
Thank you guys for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
One day at a time. That's
One day at a time.
Yes.
Remember, he started with No Addition. That's his solo.
That's like classic. That's
It's classic.
He won a Grammy for that.
It's super star power. He has the it thing.
Hey. That was a hit. Like I said, bro. Just like I said at the beginning of this video, bro. But you can't say Bobby wasn't the shit. You can't deny the man. You can't deny the man. Yo. Anyway, this was very sobering, very just not even, no pun intended, for real. I don't even didn't know which word to say. But this was very, very somber. There we go. Very somber interview. You know what I'm saying? Because this man's been through a lot. You know what I mean? So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons, and I'll check you on the next one, man. Peace.